The interstate system is a vast and extensive network of interconnected highways that traverse the entire United States, providing crucial links between all the major cities and towns in the country. This incredible infrastructure project is considered a remarkable achievement in engineering and requires the construction of extensive cross-country roads that stretch over thousands of miles. The highways are designed to accommodate high traffic volumes and are typically multi-lane, with wide shoulders and advanced safety features to ensure smooth and safe travel. The interstate system is critical in facilitating the movement of people and goods throughout the country, and is an essential component of the nation's transportation infrastructure. Now, let's dive into these fascinating cross-country routes that are vital to the interstate system. These routes connect the country's major cities and provide breathtaking views of the diverse landscapes of the United States, from the rolling hills of the Midwest to the towering peaks of the Rocky Mountains. Let's hit the road and discover the longest three-digit interstates in the US. These highways span over 90 miles and are renowned for their scenic drives, easy access to major cities, and their ability to provide a convenient way to avoid traffic. One of the highways that we'll be taking a closer look at is I-287, which stretches for 98 miles. This impressive highway is within the bustling New York City metropolitan area and connects several cities, including Edison, Somerville, White Plains, and Port Chester. New Hampshire border, I-495 serves as a vital transportation route, offering a convenient alternative to the congested city roads. With its extensive coverage and strategic location, it facilitates efficient travel for both local commuters and long-distance travelers, while showcasing the diverse landscapes and attractions of Massachusetts along the way. The Amesbury-Newburyport area provides access to Cape Cod's beaches, Worcester and Lawrence's historic cities, and charming towns like Amesbury and Newburyport. Meanwhile, I-476 in Pennsylvania is the longest spur route in the US, connecting Philadelphia to Scranton and offering stunning views of the Poconos and Lehigh Valley areas, while connecting 3 different metros. Let's explore the longest interstates in the United States. Starting with the number 10 on the list and working our way up, we have I-20 at 1,539 miles. This route stretches through the country's southern region, acting as a north segment to the longer I-10. Beginning in rural western Texas, where it disconnects from I-10, it passes through the central Texan cities of Midland, Odyssey, Abilene, and finally Dallas-Fort Worth. From there, it heads into northern Louisiana, reaching Shreveport and Monroe before entering Mississippi, and passing through Vicksburg, Jackson, and Meridian. It then travels into Alabama and Georgia, passing through Tuscaloosa, Birmingham, Atlanta, and Augusta before finally reaching South Carolina, where it goes through Columbia and ends in Florence at I-95. I-35 is a 1,568-mile north-south route that begins in Laredo at the Mexican border and travels through major cities like San Antonio, Austin, Dallas-Fort Worth, Oklahoma City, Wichita, Kansas City, Des Moines, and Twin Cities, and ends in Duluth. On the other hand, I-94 spans 1,585 miles and passes through Billings, North Dakota, Bismarck, Fargo, the Twin Cities, Wisconsin, Madison, Milwaukee, Michigan, including Kalamazoo, Battle Creek, and ends in Detroit, taking a detour to avoid a large lake. I-75 is at 1,786-mile north-south route, starting in Miami, Florida, passing through Georgia, Tennessee, Kentucky, Ohio, and Michigan, before ending in Sault Ste. Marie. Meanwhile, I-95 is a 1,919-mile interstate that starts in Miami and runs up the Atlantic coast, passing through Georgia, the Carolinas, Virginia, Washington, D.C., Maryland, Delaware, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, New York, Connecticut, Rhode Island, and Massachusetts before ending in Boston. There are 3 major highways in the United States. I-10, spanning 2,460 miles from Los Angeles to Jacksonville, passing through various cities including Phoenix, Houston, and New Orleans. I-40, covering 2,556 miles from Barstow to Wilmington, crossing Flagstaff, Nashville, and Memphis along the way. And I-80, a 2,899-mile route starting in California and ending in the New York metro area, passing through cities like Chicago, Omaha, and Cleveland. Finally, our last is I-90, the longest highway in the US at 3,021 miles. This highway starts in Boston and ends in Seattle, passing through cities such as Albany, Buffalo, Cleveland, Chicago, Madison, Billings, and Spokane. And that's a wrap for today's video. Stay tuned for the next one, and as always, thank you for watching.